getting toward the halfway point of the NFL season. Week 7 is underway on EA Sports. A beautiful fake. And a good effort on the return there. Gets him across the 30, up to the 33. So here come the Browns for their first drive on offense. And they will be led out by their 6'3 quarterback.
And this is a game for grit, determination, and somehow finding a way not to panic. What a horrible start for them. I mean, they haven't won a game yet. So now, as a quarterback, you're not just talking to your team. You've got to demonstrate to them what they need to do to win. He's got to be the leader by how he plays.
And 2nd and 10, he'll look to throw again. He'll get only 3 there, so it leaves him with a 3rd and 7 ahead. Well, this defense for the Saints, they were very strong last week in the win over Carolina.
I have to admit, I was extremely impressed by what I saw on tape because they stayed in the face of the quarterback the entire game, ended up getting 4 sacks total. It made it difficult for him to step up and find receivers downfield. Also made it hard for him to escape the pocket and run.
Only 2 punts for him last week in the loss as he gets this one away. Yeah, he was looking for the checkup bounce, didn't get it. That scoots all the way into the end zone now for a touchback. And here come the Saints for their opening drive. And a look at a guy, definitely. A little razzle-dazzle to him. Can do it with his arm or his legs. Their mobile QB.
And they are in rhythm on offense because of him. I mean, right now he's got everything going the way he wants to, finding the receivers the way he wants to, looking over defenses. No interceptions is the number I lock in on. Before a touchdown pass isn't so bad either.
Yeah, what a game he had last week. Richardson looking to throw. He'll swing this out to Krosky Merrick. And he's able to get out to the 32, brought down there. That one a first down pickup of 8.
That's good for the Saints. First down. First and 10 at the 32-yard line.
60 Maverick. 60. Warriors 70.
Now Richardson back to throw it. He'll rifle this one deep right side. Rifles one, and that's going to be intercepted. And the Browns are going to take possession as they got it at the 42-yard line. So this is something we didn't see at all from this offense in the victory last week. That's a turnover. They didn't have any, but giving the ball away here in the opening quarter.
I love the surprise in your voice because it's exactly what you stated. Didn't see it last week, but it's a key to their win. And it'll be a key to this game as well, protecting the football. Didn't get it done there.
And that one drops down, incomplete. Good coverage there, forced the ball free, and it's 2nd down. Back to throw. Wade. Oh, it's a screen pass. That's complete. And he'll lose yardage here. Back at the 41. It'll go as a loss of a yard, so now they deal with 3rd and 11. Now you look at the Saints' defense. They've certainly had their struggles against the run. The 30th ranked unit out of 32 teams in the NFL.
The numbers are definitely not in their favor.
And he's taken down here by the Saints. The Browns send out their punter now. As the drive goes backwards, so he's on to punt it away. And he couldn't get it to check up. That kicks all the way into the end zone for a touchback. The New Orleans offense set to take over. That opening drive ended with the INT. It didn't lead to points, but still not the way they were hoping to begin the game.
How about going and telling your defense, thank you, a huge thank you. You said it didn't lead to points, stalled off that drive. Now they've got a chance to redeem themselves, maybe reward their defense a little bit by putting some points on the board on this one.
A hit as he throws there, incomplete. So this game, Charles, you know, we talk about potential unbeaten seasons a lot. It feels like every year at some point in the season we talk about that. But this is one of those games where if you're unbeaten, you got to be careful. You can't take this one too lightly.
You're exactly right about that, and by rights, this should be a cakewalk. Almost a week off. Let the starters run up the score in the first half, backups get to play in the second. But you and I both know that funny things sometimes happen when you think this way. So it's incumbent upon the starters to really play well to make it work for this team.
Pass taken in by his big tight end. And he is going to have a Saints first down as they're able to get the third down conversion.
First and 10 at the 32-yard line.
Back to throw. Here's Richardson. He lets it go. Deep for Olave. Oh, he tries to force it in, and it's intercepted. And he'll be taken down, although there is a flag down. Will this stand? So the pass interference call on the offense obviously declined, and this will remain a turnover. Looking to put a drive together. Up the middle they go. It's Rose. And not a whole lot of room to operate there on the first down run. He gets maybe 3.
He's brought down at the 31.
These are his numbers from last week's contest. 15 carries, 54 yards, and a touchdown.
They've lost a bunch of games in a row now. They've got to start thinking a little bit differently, maybe a little bit outside of the box. Find other ways to move the football. I don't know if you're going to do it through the air or maybe change up how you establish your run game.
Wade in the gun. It's a short one here, complete to the tight end.
They gave up the completion there, but this is what zone defenses count on. Catching the ball and not much run after the catch.
And for the Saints here on third down, an extra defensive back on the field. Operating from the gun. Wade. That one out wide and intercepted. Keely Ringo puts it off. And the return this time will go out to the 42-yard line.
Intercepted. The Saints take over first and 10 at the 42-yard line.
They go back to the air here after the INT on the last drive. And he gets us down inside the 35 before going out of bounds. They'll get 8 on the scramble there. It'll be second and a couple.
Brings up second and 2.
Get it. Viking 8.
Richardson. He'll find Shaheed out to the right. Touchdown, New Orleans. A great play there. His second touchdown on the season. And the Saints take the early turnover and convert it into an opening touchdown. Extra point splits the uprights, and it's now a 7-0 game. Set now to kick this one away, and off it goes. And he's going to be stopped cold. Good coverage there by the kick team to bring that return to an abrupt halt. Heading out as the Cleveland offense now as they get set to take over here. Not only are they in search of their first score, they're in search of their first down in this ball game as they come up 1st and 10. Looking to put a drive together. They'll start on the ground here on first down. They'll get this to the 24, and it's second down. When you look at the Saints defense, they come into this one ranked number 17, so just starting the bottom half of the league against the pass.
And even though that's not the greatest ranking in the world, one thing you can say, they get after the quarterback. They're in the top 10 in the league in sacks.
From the 24 now, here's second down and 7. Now a shotgun snap as they'll look to throw. Into the hands of the tight end, Dalton Kincaid. And they'll get this well past midfield before being stopped just before the 35. 39 yards there, a big one.
This play started with the protection. You have to To give your quarterback time to let routes develop downfield, and then it's on him to locate an open man, and he does just that. Play callers love 4 vertical routes because receivers can be open at any time downfield, often for big gains.
And he'll be taken down at the 34. Christian Wilkins there defensively for the stop.
Well, any lane that might have been open there was closed pretty quickly, and that was because the defense in front, they won that battle at the point of attack at the line of scrimmage. They used great leverage, held their spot, and stacked him up.
Now they'll change things up. They follow up the gain of 2 with a gain of 1 that time. We haven't seen much from him running the football here in this first quarter.
No, you're right about that. We haven't seen much of him at all so far. They stacked him up pretty well, but when you're trying to run the football, sometimes you got to play the long game. Keep handing it to him, and some of those runs that aren't working now, they turn into 6, 7, 8, and maybe more later on.
First catch for him. It's good for a dozen and a first down. That's his first catch of the game, and an impressive one against multiple defenders.
And how about that start? Really aggressive. Yeah, there was double coverage out there, but that didn't stop them at all. They went right at it.
More than one defender there, and that's a loss of 5 on the sack.
I spent a lot of extra time preparing for this game watching this offensive line because they gave up 5 sacks last week in their loss. They just gave up another one now. They don't seem to be working together as a cohesive unit. Right? 4 guys might have it right, but the 5th guy is giving something up. They've got to find a way to all get on the same page.
And he is into the end zone. Touchdown, Cleveland. 25 yards for the touchdown. And the Browns are within an extra point of tying up this ball game.
The kick is good.
Extra point right down the middle. And we are tied at 7. So all even at 7 now as they kick it away. The lane opens here. He's past the 30. Out onto the field comes New Orleans. This drive here beginning probably with a pair of motivated groups. Remember, the offense scored a touchdown on their last time out. Looking to repeat that in Charles' defense. They were very frustrated after giving up 6 the last time on the field.
And frankly, it's just a battle of wills in a lot of ways because you know they're both motivated, they both game plan for this drive, and they both have specific outcomes in mind. To me, it just comes down to who can execute better and which side can step up and assert its will over the other.
And that's caught inside the 35. And finally, he's taken down at the 18. So from inside the 20, here's 1st and 10 at the 18.
First and 10 at the 18-yard line.
They go play action with Richardson. On the throw, led him too much that time. It's incomplete.
It's not a bad idea, not at all. You've got a bunch of defenders reeling a little bit back on their heels after just giving up a big play. You take another shot and hope to complete it. In this case, though, it falls incomplete.
Now he's going to step up and run. Oh, he's intercepted again. It's Richardson's 3rd of the game. And the Browns are going to take over once again with a football at their own 20-yard line.
And as we've seen, points have been precious so far, and they just threw some away on that snap. And look, let's face it, as we advance further into this game, that play will be on the minds of everyone who's watching it. They wonder if this is the turning point. Is this the spot where those points were given away and could cost them a ball game?
They go play action here on 1st down. Man open left side, it's Williams. And he'll be taken down as that will take us to the end of the first quarter of play. 7-7, our score after 1. The start of the second quarter, and it's the Browns in control of the football as they've got it with a 2nd and 1 coming up. Operating from the gun, Wayne. And the Saints pressure gets him. Brought down for a sack. It'll go as a loss of 3 on the sack, and it brings up 3rd down.
That was their 3rd sack of the ball game. 2nd in the league in sacks coming into this one. They're planning on making it a race to the top, aren't they?
Absolutely. They're looking up at that top spot, but they might be looking down at the 2nd spot pretty soon. They'll get only a yard out of that, and it'll bring up 4th down. The Browns send out their punter now as he's on here to punt it away. He's been a busy man here in this first half as he gets it away. This is taken around the 12. Nearly a huge return, as it is. Still a very good one. 24 yards. And the Saints will take over with a 1st down and 10. Getting set for their next drive, the New Orleans offense. And 3 interceptions in this game. And I would have to think, I wasn't a quarterback, but number 4 is kind of, oh man, I can't throw 4.
No, what's interesting is, what do the coaches decide to do now? Having thrown 3, do you alter your offensive strategy? Do you take the ball out of his hands and maybe turn to the running game? Or do you have that supreme confidence that he's going to turn things around?
We'll see what they do. And great blocking downfield as he's got this almost to the 35-yard line. Back-to-back good plays have him on the move on 1st down. Here's Richardson to throw. Looking left side, and it's complete. And he'll take it into the end zone for the Saints touchdown. A great effort there. 35 yards. And the Saints have taken the lead. The kickoff team on the field now as they will send this one away. And he won't quite make it to the 25. Cleveland offense making their way out. After that last score we just saw, now 14-7, so a chance to march down the field here, try to tie this football game. They'll start this drive out on the ground. And not much to speak of. Call it a 1-yard gain up to the 26. So from the 26-yard line, here's a 2nd and 8. Looking to throw. Wade. He's going to hit his man out of the backfield. Complete.
Well, offensively, that's the mismatch that you want. You want to force a linebacker to try and cover your back out of the backfield, out in some open space. But linebackers nowadays, they run like backs, and they take a lot of pride in covering. What a nice play he made there in the open field.
And he'll be taken down, but not before they work it across midfield. That 3rd down conversion good for 23. So in Saints territory now. Here's 1st and 10 at the 49-yard line. Now a handoff up the middle. Rhodes. And they're going to stop it right at the line of scrimmage. Just no cutback lane to be found whatsoever. 2nd and 10.
The running lanes have definitely not been there for him here in the first half, and I don't think it's all been his fault. His offensive line hasn't given him much space. A loss results there.
2nd and 10. Back to throw. Wade. And that is incomplete. A lot of force bearing down on him there. He could not hang on. It's 3rd down. Now, right where this set of downs started, they need a full 10 here to pick up the 1st down and move the chains. Off the play fake. Wade. And he's taken down here by the Saints. The Browns send out their punter now. He's been terrific so far. And this will hit just beyond the goal line as it's into the end zone for a touchback. So here are the Saints to take over. Their win streak at 6 coming in and counting as they've got the lead right now beginning this drive 1st and 10. Here's Krosky Merritt to start the drive. Fights forward for only about a yard up to the 21.
At the 21-yard line. A gain of a yard. Brings up 2nd and 9.
18, 5 years. Ready.
Richardson to throw off play action. He's going to fire one deep, middle of the the field. And that will be incomplete. Tried to dial up the long one way out there, but it'll be third down.
That's some good closing speed there defensively because that looked open for a minute. But that's great work with the ball in the air. Never gave up, converged on his man, and broke the play up.
Richardson looking to throw this. He's got his target. That's complete. Now he's loose down the left sideline. Touchdown, New Orleans. Malik Neighbors, 78 yards. And the Saints have taken a 2-touchdown lead now. Point after, right down the middle. And it's now 21-7. The kickoff unit is out on the field, and they will send this one away. And a good return as he'll be stopped just shy of the 30-yard line. The Browns set and ready to go on offense. See if they can put this drive in the end zone, Charles, because it's been a little bit of a rough go at times. They've had to punt the football a ton in this ball game because of stalled-out drives.
So are you saying that you're kind of tired of seeing the punter run out there and do his thing during this game? Is that what you're trying to say?
Yeah, well, I mean, I'm okay with it. I have a feeling that this offense, they don't want to see the punter again.
And frankly, the punter doesn't want to run out there anymore himself. He'd love to see his offense put together a drive and give his leg a rest.
Operating from the gun, Wade. And he'll be taken down at the 46-yard line. His first catch there, good for 10 yards and a first down.
Well, these guys have definitely been outplayed in the first half, but I like their countenance. I like the way that they haven't panicked out there, the way they're carrying themselves. They were starting to move the ball, and what you have to do, maintain your poise and start to put together some drives.
Now a play fake here on first down. And that one too far in front. He couldn't reel it in. It's incomplete.
I know we can't do a mind meld and really know exactly what he was thinking, but I didn't see an open receiver there. Maybe, possibly, he did that on purpose and just overthrew him.
Yeah, coverage was good, so maybe indeed that was another way to throw it away, if you will. And he is met at the line of scrimmage, and he goes down right there. The Browns on third down, lacking much success, just 2 for 7 to this point. This is 3rd and 9. Under pressure, and down he goes. And now that brings up 4th down there, a loss of 6 yards on the sack.
And it's 4th down.
On 4th down, the punt team is on as this is sent away. On the return, here's Rashid Shaheed. Oh, nice move. A minute 52 to play until halftime.
Okay, ready?
The Saints offense on the field, ready to get their drive started.
Let's go.
Well, certainly they'd rather have the scenario they had last time. Now, Charles, remember they had the short field. They took it in the end zone. Now this is going to have to be a longer, more sustained drive if they want to get points.
Yeah, a little bit more of a quick strike opportunity last time by where they were on the field, and you're exactly right about that. But now, backed up a little bit. What's that old expression we love to use? Time to matriculate the ball down the field and try and do it again.
Come 19. Come 19. Go.
Off play action. Richardson. He's going to fire one deep over the middle. And that's going to be incomplete.
Well, they had that one snipped out defensively. That's a tough one to connect on when you got multiple defenders in the area, and it winds up incomplete.
From the shotgun, Richardson. Now he'll tuck this and run. Now he'll let it go deep right side. They'll have the first down and more than that. Touchdown, New Orleans. A big play there. An 80-yard touchdown. And the Saints take a 3-touchdown lead. Extra point splits the uprights. And the lead now to 3 touchdowns at 21. Out is the kickoff unit as they run up and send this one away. And the tackle going to be made right there at the 25-yard line. And now Cleveland geared up to take the field. And Charles, we'll see what they can do here. Not a ton of time left, but enough certainly to get points out of this drive. And they need them right now because they're trailing.
Yeah, this is exactly why you practice a 2-minute drill all through camp and at least one practice each week before a game. A minute left, more than enough time to string a few completions together, reach the end zone, and then make that walk back to the locker room just a little more animating.
And he drops it incomplete, and their struggles continue here. These guys have punted 4 times already, and they're staring at a 5th, barring a conversion here on 3rd down. Off-play action. Wade. And the Saints pressure gets him. Brought down for a sack. The Saints going to call the first of their timeouts as they'll head to the sideline and talk over what to do next. So they're forced to punt on 4th as this one's away. Well, that's going to go in the books as a 55-yard punt. Well done. And they will take over 1st and 10. The Saints offense and Anthony Richardson ready for this next possession. And he's done everything you could have asked for coming in. He's spread it around. He hasn't taken many chances. And he's potentially on his way to a big game throwing the football. Now a run here off the RPO. He'll keep it. And he'll toss this one incomplete. Seeing no options, he throws it away. Here's 2nd and 10.
19 Lions. Down. 70 Lions.
Now it's Richardson. There's Chris Olave. Now we'll get a quick timeout called by New Orleans, number 2. As they get the stoppage with just under 50 seconds remaining in half number 1. A couple extra tight ends in the formation here as they line up 3rd and 2. Now Richardson. That is caught. And he's going to be out of bounds, but not before he takes it inside the 40. It'll go as an impressive 31-yard gain.
1st and 10 at the 38-yard line.
60 Bobcats. 60 Bobcats.
Back to the air with Richardson. Now he's going to step up and run. And eventually taken down here. Great coverage downfield. Now the Saints will use their 3rd and final timeout as they'll stop it with a little over 30 seconds to go in the first half of play. So after the sack, they'll come up on a still manageable 2nd and 13.
19 Tiger. 19.
Richardson working from the gun. And that one will fall incomplete. Clock here now just under 30 seconds to go in this first half. An incomplete pass on that last play, and that means they'll need to come up with something here on 3rd down. Now he'll tuck this and run. And he's going to be brought down short of the first at about the 31-yard line. Well, the offense is not leaving the field. They're going to stay out and go for it on 4th and 3. Now they'll throw here out of the gun. And it's incomplete. They cannot convert, and they turn it over. The Saints' decision to go for it backfires. And it'll be a turnover on downs. The Cleveland offense ready to go. And they'll have time for one play. There's 2 seconds on the clock. And this one is incomplete. So halftime straight. Message received here. No need to wait. We're going to skip halftime and get right back to the action. Here comes the 3rd quarter. Welcome back. Halftime over. We are ready for quarter number 3. Alongside Charles Davis, I'm Brandon Gaudin. And he'll get it up just past the 20 as his guys will go to work at the 21-yard line. The Saints offense and receiver Malik Nabers headed onto the field. And you see the numbers for him into this 3rd quarter. They just pop off the screen. He has been open throughout.
Ready, set.
Looking to put a drive together. The drive begins with a carry by Krosky Merritt to about the 23.
Give credit to the defense for stringing that play out, and they gave up no cutback angle. You know he was trying to dart through. No place for him to go. A nice job there, only giving up a 3-yard gain.
Bronco 80.
Now a toss left side for Krosky Merritt. Across midfield. He's on his way. And he is into the end zone. Touchdown, New Orleans. Ja'Cory Krosky Merritt, his 8th rushing touchdown on the year. And the Saints are able to strike quickly to add on to their lead.
Round 7.
The ball upright on the tee, and the Saints kick team booms it away. And out a little across the 25 to the 27. Here's the Browns now. They get set for their first possession of the third quarter. Now Foster to throw. Throwing to start the drive. Wide open receiver complete. And he'll be taken down, but not before they work it across midfield. 25 yards that time.
First and 10 at the 49-yard line.
On first down, it's Rose. And he'll get this into enemy territory, but not by much as he's down to the 48. Just a yard on the pickup there, and it'll bring up a 2nd and 9. Looking to throw. Foster. And this will be well too low for him to bring in. It's incomplete. They'll lead the 39 here for a first. This is 3rd down. Operating from the gun. Foster. Able to find the open man. That's complete. And this is going to be another first down as the tackle's made at the Saints' 31-yard line.
First and 10 at the 31-yard line.
Up the middle they go. Lockhart. And somehow he's going to get a yard out of this as he fought through that first contact. It's 2nd down.
Brings up 2nd and 9.
Now a handoff up the middle. Rose. About 3 yards there to the 27. Well, this defense, they've got the 4-score advantage, and you can see why they continue to bottle up the run game, and really they've just been sharp in all facets here in this one, CD.
Yeah, they've kept that offense in check the entire game, and I think it's been led by what you just talked about, that defensive front, which has now allowed them to run the football and establish control of the line of scrimmage.
And his kick is good. And that drops a deficit from 28 to 25. I'm kind of surprised by that they kicked the field goal. I guess you get some points, but this deficit 3rd quarter, I don't know.
Yeah, I don't either. Yeah, I'm with you on that one. When you're down that much, kicking a field goal, does it feel a little bit maybe waving the white flag and just want to get out of here? Yeah, I think you got to go ahead and try and get some bigger points on the board.
The Saints offense and their quarterback ready to go once more. And as you see on the graphic, he's right up there with the best in the league when it comes to throwing touchdowns. Currently 2nd in the NFL at this point of the season. Getting set for their next drive, the New Orleans offense. The last time out, they had to march almost the full length of the field for their touchdown. So here, much easier, Charles, with this better starting field position.
I love your sarcasm, but I love even more your observation because, look, what they did last time out, now with a shorter field, they should have a lot of confidence that they're going to put more points up on the board.
36-yard line.
Trap 60, trap 60. Ready,
Back to throw now on first down. Olave over the middle. And inside the 20 before he's brought down. Another first down, this time on a gain of 19.
Another nice play there. They've gotten down into the red zone in no time at all. That's what this offense can do when they get on a roll. And now they're set up with a 1st and 10.
Richardson out of the shotgun. And a quick throw here, that's complete. And now it looks like they're going to be in the hurry-up.
It's a pickup of 6. Brings up 2nd and 4 at the 11-yard line.
Panther 11. Ready.
Richardson looking to throw. And he's got it. And the Saints are looking at 1st and goal as he's tackled all the way down at the 2-yard line.
That's another Saints 1st down.
And Richardson looks to throw once more. And he's got it. It's caught in the end zone. Touchdown, New Orleans. A great play there. A beast in the red zone with his 2nd touchdown of the game. And the Saints are pouring it on. And, Charles, they continue to have trouble stopping him as he's into the end zone yet again.
Yeah, that's multiple series now that have ended with him in the end zone. A perfect plan on how to utilize him best when they get in close.
And he'll be tackled just shy of the 25. And the Browns getting set to go. And last time able to get 3. It's not what they wanted. They wanted 6, but they got at least something. They mustered something out of the drive.
They'll take it. I like the way you described it. Not ideal, but they'll take it. Anything to put some points on the board. But this time on offense, they don't even want to see the field goal kicker trot on the field. They want that ball in the end zone.
They'll be going for 6. They'll keep it on the ground. It's Rose. Nowhere to go that time. Might have gotten a yard up to the 25. Well, that ground game just continues to struggle to really get any momentum in this ballgame, Charles. And I mean, you're at the point here, 3rd quarter, down 4 scores, probably going to have to put it in the air.
Oh, no question about it. So that's your only chance, your only opportunity. But think of the pressure you just put on your offensive line, because if you're a pass rusher, you're not even thinking about them running the football. All you're doing is getting into that sprinter stance and going after the quarterback.
The Browns send out their punter now. He's been one of their few bright spots so far. Fielded just inside the 20. We'll call that a punt of 54 yards. Well struck. And that will come the offense as they take over. The home team's offense and their running back getting ready to go back to work. And you have to imagine this defense saying, how do we stop this guy? He has run roughshod through him to this point in the 3rd quarter. The Saints offense on the field, ready to get their drive started. A long drive last time out for this offense, Charles. If you remember, they started basically in the shadows of their own end zone, marched it down the field, and a lot of that was through the passing game.
And, partner, as a former defensive back, I'm having almost a physical reaction watching what's happening right now. But let's give credit where it's due, because they've done an excellent job moving the ball through the air. Secondary getting picked apart pass by pass. Obviously, they need to make some adjustments there on the back end.
Yeah, because offensively, we know that they're not going to be shy about throwing that football. Looking left side, he's got it complete. And able to get this one across the 45 before he's brought down.
1st and 10 at the 46-yard line.
Ready.
Now Richardson back to throw it. Throwing middle, and it's complete. And he's brought down. Consecutive catches for him. That good for 11. So a 1st and 10 upcoming from Browns territory now at the 42-yard line. Now he's going to step up and run. 20. And he'll go out of bounds inside the 15-yard line. Big yardage there on the scramble. It gets him a 1st down.
That's another Saints 1st down. 1st and 10 at the 14-yard line.
Back to throw. Here's Richardson. And he is into the end zone. Touchdown, New Orleans. A great effort there, with touchdown number 3 in the game and 6 on the year. And the Saints get another 3rd quarter touchdown to add on to that lead. The ball upright on the tee, and the Saints kick team booms it away. And all in all, a pretty solid return. Nearly got it to the 35. They'll mark him down officially at the 34. The Browns set to take over. These guys definitely hoping for a better showing than their last appearance. They couldn't really even move the football much beyond the shadows of their own goalpost, Charles. We'll see if they can get a better, more sustained drive going here.
Yeah, and every team that we ever talk to says the exact same thing. When you start a drive from that deep in your own territory, the goal is a minimum of at least 2 first downs, because even if you have to punt then, you change the field position, right? You flip the field a little bit. They didn't get that done. This time they want to string together a nice drive and help themselves out.
He's a little trigger happy right there, and it turned into an ill-advised throw into their zone.
Well, we know he has confidence. He'll throw it any place, anytime, anywhere. That time it fell incomplete. These guys have punted 4 times already, and they're staring at a 5th, barring a conversion here on 3rd down. Operating from the gun, Foster. And he's taken down here by the Saints. The Browns send out their punter now, as he'll come on to kick this one away. He steps into this one, and this is a rocket. The home team's offense and their big play wideout getting ready to get back to work. And he was pretty much unguardable in that first half. You see the numbers there as they try to add to him here in this 3rd quarter. Getting set for their next drive, the New Orleans offense. Well, this offense, this team, they are rolling right now, Charles. They've scored on 3 straight possessions. You look at the scoreboard. And his pass is intercepted for the 4th time today. It's Jair Brown who's got it. And he will return this one to the 30-yard line. Well, with the size of lead that this offense has, I don't think that interception is really going to affect them much. But at least for this defense, something small to hang their hat on.
Yeah, and let's face it, they're not even scoreboard watching anymore, right? They're just trying their best to make a play, get themselves off the field, which they just did, and salvage a little bit of pride in this one.
And they're not going to get to the line to run another play, so we will switch ends as the 3rd quarter has come to a close. This is the National Football League on EA Sports. Back now here live in New Orleans. And this is a blowout so far as we get set for the 4th quarter. A very one-sided affair. So from the 25, this is 2nd and 5.
Here we go. Here we go.
Up the middle they go. Rose. And there just continues to be nowhere to run. He's bottled up again at the line of scrimmage. They'll come up facing 3rd and 5. Operating from the gun, Foster. That's caught by Kincaid, working the middle of the field. 2nd catch for him today, and it'll wind up a 1st down.
That was a route run, not just with dexterity, but with intelligence. Found the hole in the zone, made sure the quarterback saw him, and was able to make the sure catch and flip the down marker back to 1.
They'll run on 1st down. Lockhart. Absolutely nobody fooled there. He's going nowhere fast as he stopped behind the line of scrimmage. So after the loss of a yard, they'll look to push forward here on 2nd down and 11. Back to throw. Foster. Throw left side to Kincaid. And they'll work this down to the 15 for a pickup of 4. They are in need of 6 yards here if they hope to move the chains. On 3rd down, he'll drop to throw. And it'll be intercepted. And the Saints are going to take possession here. It's a touchback, and they'll take over at the 20-yard line. The utter domination here just continues. This defense, I don't know what more we can say all around about their performance.
Well, it certainly feels in this game like maybe they're facing a Canadian defense. 12 guys on the field. It feels like there's an extra on every snap because they have really struggled to make headway through the air.
They go back to the air here after the INT on the last drive. And he knocks the ball away, and it falls incomplete. After the incompletion, they'll try once more from the 20-yard line on 2nd and 10. Richardson. And a dangerous throw there as that's knocked down and incomplete. Well, their passing attack, even though that one was incomplete, has been really sharp in this one. It's resulted in a lot of touchdowns, and it looks like they're not going to stop throwing the football until the very end of this one.
Well, that will certainly make everyone involved on offense pretty happy because that gives them all a chance to pad their stats a bit. But as far as the actual need, you and I both know they can just run this clock out because this one, it was over a long time ago.
Well, the offense failed earlier on the previous crack at this, but they're going again on 4th down. Back to throw again. That's caught left side by Neighbors. And down he goes, but he takes it up to the 40. And now they're in the hurry-up.
It's a gain of 16 yards. And the Saints first.
They'll stick with the passing game as he looks to throw. He's going to air one out. Got a man that's caught at the 6-yard line. And he'll take it into the end zone for the Saints touchdown. Malik Neighbors, his 2nd TD of the game and 18th of the year. And the Saints add on to their lead, and it's looking like that win streak is going to extend another week. Set now to kick this one away, and off it goes. And he brings us out past the 20 to the 24. Heading out as the Cleveland offense now as they get set to take over here. And you hate to see this for them, but they're looking at yet another loss to begin this season. Things really going from bad to worse as they trail here starting this drive 1st and 10 in the 4th quarter. Throwing to start the drive. Foster. Pass complete to Royals. So they'll get 8 out of that completion, and they'll be left with 2nd and a couple.
Brings up 2nd and 2 at the 32-yard line.
Let's go.
Now a handoff up the middle. It's Rose, and he's able to take this one up to the 35-yard line. They'll get 3 as the drive continues. It's a 1st down. They'll keep it on the ground. Rose. And he's going to take this ahead for right around 3 yards, but no more than that. 2nd down. From the 38 now. Here's 2nd down at 7. Looking to throw. Foster. He finds his man. Complete. That's Rose. And he'll be taken down, but not before he works it past the 50. A good pickup there for the Browns, 15 yards.
46-yard line.
They'll look to throw here on 1st down. And he'll lose yardage here, back at the 47. He was unable to shake free there. They'll cover him for a loss of a yard.
As a defense, you're more balanced when you're in zone coverage because you're able to keep your eyes on the quarterback and see the play develop in front of you. They're able to keep the quick pass in front of them and stop it right at the line of scrimmage.
And that play will go nowhere. Losing yardage back near midfield at the 49. 3rd and 15 here after the 1st and 2nd down plays went in the wrong direction. Back to throw. Foster. He'll try and do this himself. And he's corralled, but not before getting it inside the 35. Able to make something out of nothing there. 17 yards and a 1st down.
1st and 10 at the 34-yard line.
Looking to throw. Foster. And he's got his man in stride. Complete. And they'll get this one to about the 20-yard line. A good gain again. That's now 31 yards combined on those last 2 plays. Offense for them has been at a premium. You wonder where plays like that have been all game long.
They're thinking the exact same thing themselves, but they're also looking forward now because now these plays are really for next week, trying to get some momentum going.
On 1st down, it's Rose. And a missed tackle there as he pushes forward for a gain of 4.
It's a gain of 5. Brings
Here's a 2nd and 5.
Here we go, set.
Up the middle they go. Throws. And he is met in his tracks behind the line of scrimmage. And we are inside of 2 minutes left in this lopsided affair. Now a 3rd and 6. Back to throw. Foster. And that is incomplete.
Well, he's smart enough to avoid the taunting rule, but I'll guarantee he quietly has told them, you might want to stop coming after me downfield because I just broke up another pass and took away a big shot that you were trying to succeed with.
Well, in the grand scheme of things, those 3 points likely not going to matter much, but I guess they get a little closer, a little more respectability.
Yeah, you're exactly right. They've been outplayed all game long, but like my mom used to tell me all the time before I went out, dress up a little bit, son. Make yourself respectable. And that's what they're doing here. They're just dressing up the final score.
And he nearly broke that for more, but as it is, still a good return. They'll start the drive right around the 37. The New Orleans offense set to take over. And they hope to polish things off. And what a run they are on as they try to turn a 6-game win streak into a 7-game win streak. A good starting spot for the Saints as they come up 1st and 10 at their own 37.
Let's go now. Cougar 19. Nike 18.
On the toss, Krosky Merritt. And for one of the few times here today, this run's not going to go anywhere. A loss of a yard there to start out. That leads to a 2nd and 11.
2nd and 11 at the 36-yard line.
19.
Now it looks like he'll throw here. That's complete. It's Neighbors. And a 6-yard gain gets him right around the 43.
And we've seen him have success earlier on with the ball in his hands because he is a get it in space and make a play kind of a receiver. But that time, they closed on him quickly and held him to a short gain.
Here we go, set. Cowboy 80. Panther 11, Panther 11. 60 Maverick, 60 Maverick. Come on, come on, come on. Push. Check out.
Here's Richardson to throw. He'll try and do this himself. And he's able to take it across midfield before going out of bounds. Good play and a well-timed run from Richardson to pick up the first.
First down.
19 tight. 19.
1st and 10 at the 49-yard line.
7 Pirates. 7 Pirates. Go.
They'll look to throw. Richardson under pressure, and down he goes. They're going to hurry back to the line now.
A big loss on the play. Brings up 2nd down.
19 Lions.
Richardson looking to throw this. Looking left sideline, it's complete. And he'll take this all the way down to the 15-yard line. The Saints going to call the first of their timeouts. That'll leave them with 2 remaining. We'll be back after this. Now he'll tuck this and run. And this will be caught. And the carnage continues. It's another touchdown.
Well, business as usual for them. Well on their way to another victory. Riding a serious wave of momentum from what we've seen. And so far, they haven't met their match. So if you're going to play this team in the future, your mission is clear. You better be ready to play and match their firepower.
The ball upright on the tee, and the Saints kick team booms it away. And he returns this to the 22. The Browns drive about to get started. We certainly had a sense coming in here that these guys were in for a tough one on the road. That has been how this ball game has played out. They trail big as we continue on now here in this 4th quarter.
Number 16. A gain of 4. It's now 2nd and 6. At the
One final shot. They'll look to throw. Now a desperation throw deep downfield. And a penalty flag comes in as that one winds up incomplete, but the contact is going to move the ball well downfield. So the game will continue for at least one more play.
Cannot finish a game on a defensive penalty. That's why they get one more untimed attempt.
They'll look to throw now on first down. And that will be incomplete. They were going for a consolation TD, but it was not